1 in every 200 people you meet is a narcissist. That means in your lifetime, you've probably already dated one, worked with one, or hell, maybe you're sitting across from one at dinner right now wondering why something feels so off. And here's what's really terrifying about this statistic. Most people don't realize they're being manipulated by a narcissist until they're already emotionally destroyed, financially drained, or completely isolated from everyone they care about. Look, I'm not here to sugarcoat this for you. Narcissistic relationships don't just hurt, they systematically dismantle your sense of reality. The average person spends 2 years in a relationship with a narcissist before they even begin to understand what's happening to them. That's 730 days of psychological warfare disguised as love. So here's the deal. Today, we're going through 7 red flags that scream narcissist. And I'm going to show you exactly how to protect yourself before you become another casualty in their emotional battlefield. Because trust me, once you see these patterns, you can't unsee them. Red flag number 1. They love bomb you into submission. And no, I'm not talking about getting flowers on your 3rd date. Love bombing is psychological manipulation on steroids. Picture this. You meet someone, and within 2 weeks, they're telling you you're their soulmate, talking about moving in together, maybe even dropping the L word. They text you constantly, shower you with expensive gifts, and make you feel like you're the most special person on the planet. Here's what's actually happening in their brain. Narcissists have this desperate need for what psychologists call narcissistic supply. Think of it like emotional cocaine. They need constant validation, admiration, and control to feel normal. When they love bomb you, they're not falling for you. They're creating an addiction. They're literally rewiring your brain's reward system to crave their attention. The research on this is terrifying. Dr. Ramani Dorvasula's studies show that love bombing activates the same neural pathways as gambling addiction. Your brain starts producing dopamine every time they contact you, and just like a slot machine, the intermittent reinforcement makes it impossible to walk away. Normal people take months to develop deep feelings. Narcissists make you feel like you've found your person in 2 weeks. If someone is moving faster than a Fast and Furious movie in the romance department, pump the brakes. Real love doesn't need a deadline. Red flag number 2. They have an allergic reaction to accountability. I mean, this literally cannot take responsibility for anything that goes wrong, ever. You bring up a legitimate concern about their behavior, and suddenly you're too sensitive, you're overreacting, or my personal favorite, you're crazy. This is called DARVO, which stands for deny, attack, and reverse victim and offender. It's a classic narcissistic defense mechanism, studied extensively by Dr. Jennifer Freyd. Here's how it works. They deny whatever you're confronting them about. They attack your character or mental state, and then they flip the script to make themselves the victim. Let's say they forgot your birthday. A normal person might say, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I completely spaced. Let me make this up to you." A narcissist? They'll tell you birthdays aren't important, you're being materialistic, and actually, you never told them when your birthday was anyway. Suddenly, you're apologizing for being upset about them forgetting your birthday. This isn't just annoying, it's psychologically devastating. When someone consistently refuses to take accountability, they're training your brain to doubt your own perceptions. Gaslighting doesn't happen overnight. It's death by 1,000 paper cuts of, "That's not what I said," and "You're remembering it wrong." Red flag number 3. They're emotional vampires with a superiority complex. These people will drain every ounce of emotional energy from your body while simultaneously making you feel like you should be grateful for the privilege. They interrupt your stories to tell better ones. They one-up your achievements. They make everything about them. Here's what's happening psychologically. Narcissists have what researchers call a grandiose but fragile self-esteem. On the surface, they act like they're God's gift to humanity, but underneath, they're running on empty. They need to constantly prove they're better than everyone else because deep down, they feel worthless. Dr. Brad Bushman's research at Ohio State University shows that narcissists literally cannot handle being ordinary. Their brains interpret any situation where they're not the star as a personal attack. So, when you get a promotion at work, instead of celebrating with you, they'll find a way to minimize it, or make it about how much better their job is. This isn't confidence, people. Confident people can celebrate others without feeling threatened. This is insecurity, wearing a designer suit and demanding everyone call it success. Before we get to red flag number 4, smash that like button if this is hitting home for you. And if you know someone who needs to hear this, share this video. Sometimes the people we care about most are the ones wearing the biggest rose-colored glasses. Red flag number 4. They collect people like trophies and treat them like objects. Narcissists don't see other humans as complex individuals with their own thoughts and feelings. They see them as either useful or useless. You're either feeding their ego, providing them with something they want, or you're taking up space. This shows up in how they talk about their exes, their friends, their family. Listen carefully to their stories. Do they ever take responsibility for relationship failures? Do they show genuine empathy when talking about other people's struggles? Or does everyone in their life exist solely to serve their narrative? Psychologist Dr. Keith Campbell's research on narcissistic relationships reveals something disturbing. Narcissists don't actually form emotional bonds the way normal people do. They form transactions. They're not thinking, how can I make this person happy? They're thinking, what can this person do for me? This is why they can discard people so easily. You're not a person to them, you're a resource. And when resources stop being useful, they get thrown away without a second thought. Red flag number 5. They rewrite history faster than a political campaign. These people have a memory that's more selective than a Hollywood casting director. They'll swear on their grandmother's grave that conversations never happened, promises were never made, and events unfolded completely differently than reality. This isn't just lying. This is systematic reality distortion. Narcissists actually believe they're revised versions of events because accepting the truth would damage their self-image. Their brains literally rewrite memories to protect their ego. Dr. Julie Fitness's research on memory and narcissism shows that narcissists have significantly impaired recall for information that makes them look bad. It's not that they're choosing to lie. Their brains are protecting them from psychological discomfort by altering their memories. But here's the kicker. They expect you to accept their version of reality. And if you don't, you're the problem. You're too focused on the past. You're holding grudges. You need to let things go. This is how they slowly erode your confidence in your own memory and perception. Before you know it, you're questioning everything you thought you knew about your own experiences. Red flag number 6. They weaponize your vulnerabilities against you. Remember that deeply personal story you shared about your childhood trauma? Or that insecurity you opened up about during a vulnerable moment? Narcissists collect this information like ammunition for future warfare. The moment you displease them, suddenly your past struggles become character flaws. Your insecurities become proof that you're broken. They'll use your own words against you with surgical precision. This is emotional abuse 101. Dr. Lundy Bancroft's research on abusive relationships shows that this vulnerability weaponization is one of the most psychologically damaging tactics abusers use. It teaches victims that emotional intimacy is dangerous, that opening up leads to pain. Normal people protect your vulnerabilities. They hold your secrets sacred. They use your past to understand you better, not to hurt you deeper. Red flag number 7. They create chaos and then play the hero. These people are emotional arsonists who want credit for putting out the fires they started. They'll create drama, pick fights, cause problems, and then swoop in to solve everything while expecting your eternal gratitude. This is called manufactured dependency, and it's manipulation at its finest. By creating problems and then solving them, they're training you to see them as both the source of stability and the solution to instability in your life. Dr. Sandra Brown's research on pathological relationships shows that this chaos creation serves multiple psychological functions for narcissists. It keeps their partners off balance, creates trauma bonds, and establishes them as the center of their victim's emotional universe. You know what healthy people do? They try to minimize chaos, not create it. They solve problems that actually exist, not problems they manufactured for attention. So how do you protect yourself? Here's the brutal truth. You can't fix them. You can't love them into changing. And you can't use logic to reason with someone whose entire worldview is built on self-deception. Your only protection is boundaries that are harder than concrete, and the willingness to walk away the moment those boundaries get tested. Trust your gut. If something feels off, it probably is. Your intuition is picking up on manipulation tactics your conscious mind hasn't identified yet. Document everything. Keep records of conversations, promises made, and incidents that happen. Narcissists count on your memory being fuzzy. Don't let them gaslight you into questioning your own experiences. Most importantly, understand that leaving isn't giving up on love. It's choosing to love yourself enough to demand better. Real love doesn't require you to sacrifice your sanity, your self-worth, or your sense of reality. Here's what I want you to remember. Healthy relationships don't feel like emotional battlefields. They don't require you to constantly defend your perceptions of reality. They don't leave you feeling drained, confused, and questioning your own worth. You deserve someone who celebrates your successes, takes accountability for their mistakes, and treats your heart like the precious thing it is. Don't settle for someone who sees you as a supporting character in their dramatic life story. The right person won't love bomb you. They'll simply love you. Consistently, respectfully, and without trying to control or manipulate you. That's not too much to ask for. That's the bare minimum you should accept. And if you've been accepting less, it's time to raise your standards and protect your peace. Trust me, your future self will thank you for having the courage to walk away from what's comfortable but toxic, and toward what's genuinely healthy and real.